Uh, all right, Hans Temestor here, my guy Erickson Lubin. We just had a little bit of, just had to square up before the camera turned on real quick, but everything is all good though. How you feeling?
Yeah, we good. We good.
All right, perfect, man. Just want to let everybody know, me and Erickson will be scrapping in the near future. Get your tickets, man. It's gonna be a good one. I'll tell you that
Yeah.
right
Yeah, we gonna have to live stream it or something.
now. For sure. I'll make sure I got a hospital on deck for me too, man. But well, all right, cool, man. So obviously you got your big fight against Vergil Ortiz, November 8th.
Yes, sir.
Um, I'm gonna jump right into it, man. I never hold no punches, man. Like, do you feel disrespected? Because it's just all the talk is just Vergil, boots, Vergil. You feel disrespected?
Yeah, just a little bit. Just a little bit. But it's all good, man. We've been dealing with this for a little bit now. Um, I think fights like this, of this magnitude, this type of opponent, it's just gonna bring the best out of me. It's gonna bring the best. I don't think people really seen the best out of me yet. They ain't seen shit yet, for real, honestly.
Mm,
Like I know what I'm capable of. I know what I do in the gym. I know what I do to sparring partners and shit like that. So, you know, if you know, you know. And November 8th is to me is special. It's a special fight. I'm crossing over to the zone and on the Golden Boy card, and I'm at his home, and my back gets to the wall, and I get excited. Like this shit right here it's gonna make for, the better the story, the better the glory for me.
mm.
So,
I
um,
I know you said that, you feel like your back is against the wall. I know you're gonna come out swinging and things like that. Um, But I mean, you've been in this situation before, maybe not to this exact extent, but with the Jesus Ramos thing, he was like one of the biggest prospects slash to contenders, really, looking for his own title fight. You kind of came in there and ruined all of those stuff. Do you kind of do you lean on that experience, or do you kind of lean on other experiences from like things in the past where people got like big fights lined up and somebody comes in and ruined it? Whether it's like Buster Douglas that messes it up for Evander Holyfield and Mike Tyson, Andy Ruiz messes it up for Deontay Wilder and Anthony Joshua. Do you look at like those stuff, or do you just focus on your own experiences?
all of it, all of it. My own experiences. Like the Ramos fight. Um, even like that. The wins, the losses. The the fights like you just mentioned, like the Anthony Joshua, Andy Ruiz fight. I just I pay close attention to my own fights for fuel, and you know this right here is special to me.
Some people want to look at it. I mean, I believe I know the answer really, but some people still want to kind of know, why did Erickson decide to take this fight instead of fighting, Bachram, the IBF champ? I have like my own thought process as to why, it's kind of easy. More money, fighting somebody that's more recognizable, is fighting somebody that's more highly thought of, even though Bachram is a champion, and, just a chance to knock off one of like the top guys and stuff like that. And like I just said, it's more money. Like, are those the all of the main reasons?
Absolutely, absolutely. You know, Bakram, there was a lot of talking, a lot of negotiating, and nothing was really getting done. And I didn't want to play the waiting game too long. From 2023 till this year, I ain't fight. I fought this year. I fought Adriel Holmes, another undefeated guy, in May, and I wanted to keep the ball rolling. I didn't want to wait a whole another year or two, whenever the hell they can make the fight happen. Plus, he's with main event, and they didn't really, have nothing. They don't really have a TV network and stuff like that, and is going into a purse bid and stuff like that again. And the Vergil Ortiz fight was just something that they laid out there and put out there, and it was just an easy fight to make happen. And they had the venue set up, they had everything already set up, and they just needed a dance partner. And I just felt like, you know, the WBC interim title is a prestigious belt, and the WBC title is held by Fundora, and that's definitely a fight I want to get some get back on. I want to get some get back against Fundora. So, I gotta go through that fire, man. I gotta go through that fire. I gotta fight guys like Vergil Ortiz. I never duck no smoke. Like when it
Mhm.
comes down to the top guys, who they mention as the top guys, like I want to fight all of them, all of them. We just seen Boots in this last night. He did his thing. They're trying to make a fight with him and Vergil Ortiz. So me and Virgil, both of us got big plans in mind. So, he's looking to fuck up my plans, and I'm looking to fuck up his plans. So, he's a respectable dude. It was an easy fight to make happen, and the fans are in for a treat November 8th.
I know you said that your plans are to fight Fundora because it's obvious he has the full title. You would have the interim, but do you kind of does your attention kind of shift when you see Boots come in and do what he did last night? Like, I mean, I want to fight Fundora, but damn, like the way Boots just looked, he the talk of the town. Let me get that fight instead.
No,
Mm.
no,
Because he doesn't have a belt.
no. He ain't got no belt, number one, and he ain't fight nobody. Honestly, Lima is a prospect, if you ask me. They they handed him one. For him to go look good in his hometown, 154-pound debut. It's cool. You know what I mean? Like he did what he had to do against the dude, but even from watching that dude like his previous fights and watching, before he fought Boots, I was like, Boots is gonna get rid of him. Like his style was just tailor made, and the way Eddie serves it up. Eddie sit out. He puts guys like Boots against a guy like Lima, and he be like, oh, this is the best I've ever seen, and this and that. The way he talk is just like it's eye catching to the fans. So they sit there and they eat that shit up. But if you know, you know, man. Like if you know, you know. Boots is he's a great fighter. I enjoyed watching the fight last night. He got rid of that dude in just one round, which is impressive. But that dude won shit. Like, Boots after the fight, he he had a lot to say about the whole division. He want to fight this person. He want to fight that person. He want to fight Bakram. He want to fight Fundora. He want to fight Vergil. He want to fight me. He want to fight Charlo. But why the fuck did you just fight Lima then?
Mm,
Feel me? Like fight, like out the gate, come out the gate fighting one of these dudes. You know what I mean? Like that would have been more respectable in my opinion. When they it's not like a guy like myself. Like I don't sit there and be like, let me go fight a guy like Lima, like and for all the praise and to act like I'm the biggest, baddest motherfucker in the division.
mhm.
I mean, I'm looking to fight Fundora again. I'm looking to fight Charlo again. I'm looking to fight Ramos. I'm looking to fight one of them dudes. And I know, look, I'm fighting Vergil Ortiz.
Yeah.
Like, check the resume, man. They didn't do their homework. They sit in there and they go off of just like they go anything, just pretty much anything. They follow a fighter and they see him serve somebody up like a Lima, and then they run with that type of bullshit. But like I said, if you know, you know.
Is it?
Respect the Boots though. Boots is one hell of a fighter. I'm not taking nothing away from Boots. He's one hell of a fighter. He has skills like a motherfucker, but Lima just ain't it, brother.
Is it well, was it fair just from the standpoint of it was his first fight at 54, Lima's a pretty big guy, just kind of feeling your way through the division, or you was just like, nah, you should have came through stomping in the division, man.
Boots is a big guy. Boots, I don't know what he walk around at, but he looked like he fills in at 154 just fine. Like from seeing the pictures of him at 147 making weight and the pictures of him at 154 making weight, them shits damn near look the same.
Mm,
Like to me, it don't look too much different. So to me, it's just like I said, he has a great promoter. He has a great promoter in Eddie Hearn. Eddie Hearn served him up something that he could go out there in Philadelphia and shine. And he did just that. Don't get me wrong, he did just that.
Mhm.
Respect the boots, respect to, his skill set, all that. But Lima, the opponent they chose for him was some hand picking shit.
Does a part of you kind of look at some of the praise that Boots is getting, and he's definitely like amazing. But do you look at some of it and you're just like, nah, he's good, but like I know I'm on that level. Like I know if you threw me in there with Boots, I know I can match him skill for skill, punch for punch, power for power. Like I'm on that level.
For sure. What do you mean? What's the question?
Well, the question is, do you feel like people are kind of overlooking you a little bit?
Of course they are. They look they gotta just check the resume. I fought all these dudes while they are dangerous. Even the Terrell Bouchers and the everybody I fought these dudes while Ramos was undefeated. I fought Fundora while he was undefeated. I fight all these dudes while they're dangerous. I want them at their peak.
Mm.
And some dudes just don't really do it like that. They fight these dudes on their way down, or they fight handpicked opponents.
Does a part
My
of
my
you
level, I could do everything. I could do everything in that ring. I could fight, I could box, I could bang, I could do whatever. You seen it. You seen when I fought Fundora how I took it to him, and you see versus Ramos, I coasted to a shutout victory, just a boxing lesson. So
I'm assuming for your Virgil fight, it'll probably be a little bit of a mixture of boxing on the outside when I have to, brawling on the inside when I have to. But is it any part of you where it's just like, all right, I'm going to his hometown. He's the A side, his promoter. They're already talking about this Boots fight. Like, does it make you feel like, yeah, I gotta make it crystal clear? Like it can't be like no type of controversy. I gotta beat him down, basically.
that's always the plan. That's always the plan, to go in there and just win clear as day. That's always the plan. So yeah, to me, I feel like I'm going into his backyard, and I'm just, like I said, I'm there to fuck all the plans. I'm ruining all them Boots plans. I got my own plans in mind. I can't let no man dictate my future. I got to be the one that dictate my future. So, um, yeah, like I said, I'm looking to go in there and win a clear shutout win, whether it's a knockout or a unanimous decision, whatever I got to do to win.
You've been in there with top contenders, really high level prospects, champions, former champions. Um, is it is it true that you learn more from your losses than you do from your wins, or is it kind of almost the same thing, man?
Some fights are different. Some fights are different because you can still learn from some of your wins, depending on what type of fight it was. But in my case, definitely the losses has taught me more than the wins.
Mm.
So I feel like the loss against Fundora taught me a lot. Loss against Charlo taught me a lot. And not too many people come back from those type of fights. Not too many people could take a loss, suffer adversity, and come back and still be on top.
Yeah.
I've been on top for years. I in my third year I fought for the title. Not too many people were at just 22 years old. I was 21. I turned 22 2 weeks before the Charlo fight. I turned 22 just 2 weeks before, and that right there, I was just young. I wasn't really primed in the game too much, but I was just steamrolling through fighters. They had me on the fast track. So in just my third year, I fought for the title, and now I'm 12 years professional now. So I've definitely learned from everything I've been through in the game, whether it was outside the ring, inside the ring, dealing with managers, promoters, all that type of shit. So I feel like there's no better time than now. I'm still in my prime. They overlooked me. That type of shit is just it's real fueling. It's fueling for a fighter like myself, man. Cause like I've been doing this for years. I've been doing this for years, even before. I'm talking about before the pro game
Mhm.
and the amateurs going through shit, and the pros, like just everything. Just it
It
made me who I am today.
it kind of sounds like maybe like a little bit of like a corny question, but like how exactly do you kind of bounce back a little bit? Because I mean, I've been covering the sport for years, and I always kind of see like a little bit of a trend that when a fighter's undefeated and he takes that first L, like his will to win a lot of times it's just like diminished and it's like it's really hard for them to come back. But for you, it's just like you keep coming back and then you keep getting better. Like, is it just like a mental thing? Like, what is it exactly that you're doing that's different from other people?
It's definitely mental. I feel like a lot of most of boxing is mental. I feel like it's all mental, and I just believe in myself because I know the things I've done in this game. I know that I I just believe in myself, man. I feel like a lot of these fighters don't really believe in themselves after they take their first loss or they take two losses or whatever the case may be. So I just always kept believing in myself, training hard, and you know, you just could see it. Like this is my this is my third undefeated fighter in a row I'm fighting right now. Like
Mhm.
I beat the last two, and you got a guy like Vergil Ortiz who they're over. I wouldn't say Vergil Ortiz is overlooking me, but I feel like a lot of the boxing fans and maybe his team even overlooking me. But I know deep down inside Vergil isn't. But it's my third undefeated fighter in a row, and I'm excited because the better the story, the better the glory, man.
How does it kind of, and I'll just ask you a couple more because I could tell that you got to run pretty soon. But how exactly does it? Like, how does it make you feel when you're just like, I know a couple people are overlooking me, but a lot of the people that are in the know, like Shakur Stevenson, um, Richardson Hitchens, I've talked to Jaron Ennis, I've talked to Bozy Ennis, and they just like, yo, man, everybody keep talking about this Vergil Ortiz fight. He fighting Lubin, and Lubin is nice, man. It's a 50-50 fight. Like, does that kind of, I don't know, boost your morale or like boost your confidence that like, all right, maybe the casuals don't know, but the people that are in the know, they know what level I'm at.
Yeah. What was your question again? No, what's your question?
So my question pretty much is does that boost your confidence? Does that boost your morale, knowing that the people that are in the know, like the special fighters, the trainers, they know how special you are, even if the casuals are just like kind of overlooking you.
No, I definitely appreciate that. I appreciate they know, like it's one of those if you know situations, but um I'm self motivated. I haven't became a world champion yet, so I'm self motivated, and a win like this will put me over that hump I was trying to get over. So being a guy like Vergil Ortiz in his hometown, on his promotion, on a different network, that right there, that's what it boosts my confidence. Even that, like that right there, is just like I know what that type of glory brings for me. Like everything I've been through in this sport, all the naysayers, all the people that's overlooking me, all the haters. This for them. This for them. This ain't nothing personal. This is straight business. This is me versus me. So
Hmm.
I'm motivated, man. I've been training. I'm at the gym right now. I'm about to go train. It's a beautiful Sunday.
Uh,
Talking to
do
my boy, man. I'm motivated, man. This
I
is gonna be special for me. November 8th. Everybody gotta tune in. You gotta tune in.
I
This is a big fight. Everybody, seen the Boost fight last night. That was an impressive first round stoppage. You don't see too many first round stoppages too much. Um, yeah, but I'm excited, man.
just last question. And obviously you can't overlook Virgil or anything like that. But is Virgil at least just using the eye test? Is he like the best guy at 154 pounds, not including yourself? Do you think he's like the best guy? Because he's ranked number one with Ring Magazine. So is it just like is he the best guy better than
That's
Fundora?
political. That right there is political to me because he fought Chuck, who just lost to Brandon Adams, and I think that was the Brandon Adams win versus Chuck was more of a clear win than Vergil Ortiz's win.
Okay.
And Madrimov, I felt like that was a pretty impressive win, but he also is just inexperienced. He's 10, 11 fights in, you know what I mean? Even though he gave Crawford a little bit of problems, but that's because, Crawford explained himself on that one. A lot of the feint and a lot of the style, the herky jerky movement and all that type of shit was just like, it threw Crawford off a little bit. But in my opinion, I don't think he's the number one guy in the division. To me, the number one guy in the division right now is Fundora. He's a champion. He was the unified champion. He beat Tim Tszyu twice. He's been he beat me. Shit, he's beating some top level guys. So that's the guy to beat right now. It's Fundora. They could go ahead and try to make the Boots and the Vergil Ortiz fight happen, but these dudes are in a new division.
Yeah.
Vergil Ortiz is now at 154 pounds. The narrative always changes, and you're gonna see after November 8th, they're gonna be saying something different. They're gonna be talking about another big fight they want to see, and that's just how boxing goes. I don't take none of this shit to the heart.
I'm about to let you go right now, but did you? Because when you guys actually faced off, like, and yeah, I was like right next to each other. I'm just like, I never noticed, but Lubin is like a bigger guy than than Virgil. Like you could like clearly see it. Like, does that play in the back of your head a little bit? Like, he ain't a big puncher, but he's coming up from 47. I'm bigger than him, probably stronger than him. Does that play in the back of your head, or you don't really think about that too much?
Um, we actually said something to each other right when we were facing off. Um, I thought he was taller. I thought he was my height, and he said something that he thought I was shorter or something like that.
Mm.
Forgot exactly what he said, but yeah, it was something up that alley. You know, I thought about it a little bit, but I don't really take it with me. I don't be like, oh yeah, yeah, I'm a bigger guy and all that type of shit. I just know what I got to do. I got a game plan. We're drawing up a game plan. We in the gym every day, and you know it's gonna show on November 8th.
Gotcha, man. Look, I appreciate you jumping on with me. I know you're training hard for Virgil. You're gonna need to train harder when you fight me, though, because brother, I'm gonna put hands on you.
Man, I'm gonna have to kick your ass, man. I'm gonna go to Brooklyn, man. I'm gonna kick your ass.
Yo, man, listen, we got this on camera. Cops will be outside, brother. Don't do
I'm like, yo, come to the gym. Let's get an interview in. Yeah, ain't no cops
it.
there. Ain't no cops there.
Yo, man, I appreciate you, man. Enjoy your workout, brother.
Thank you, brother. Easy,
All right.
man.